Hi, I'm Caroline and welcome to this flow that's going to go beyond our limits. Now, before we go any further, remember you are the expert in your own body. So your limits are different from mine and listen to what feels right in your body. Okay, so you'll need today a couple of blocks if you have them. If not, a yoga mat, bit of space and yourself. We're going to start seated. Now set yourself up in whatever comfortable seat works for you. So we might start with hips on heels. You might start in a cross-legged position. You might take some blocks and sit on them as well. Okay, so we're going to bring the hands onto the lap. We're going to give the shoulders a little wiggle as we just find the comfortable, relaxed position down our back. And flutter the eyelids closed. Breathe in through the nose and grow tall. And soft sigh out of the mouth. And breathe in. Gentle sigh out the mouth. And breathe in. And gentle sigh out. And then let your breath come in and out through the nose, if that's available to you. And use just these few moments to arrive on your mat. Feel your body in space. Notice the natural rhythm of your breath. And take one more breath in and out. And then blinking the eyelids open. As you next breathe in, circle the arms up towards the sky, fingertips reaching up. Palms face each other, maybe take a look up if that's comfortable on your neck. And breathe out, draw the hands through to heart center. 2 more like that. Breathe in, arms circle to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in to interlace the fingers and then exhale, press the palms away from you as you round your spine and tuck your chin in. Your breath in now extends your heart forwards, the palms to the sky. And exhale, press the palms away from you, round through the spine, front body to back body. Inhaling, palms to the sky. Exhale, ripple through the spine, feel the chin and the tailbone tuck underneath. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, press and round. Inhaling, arms to the sky, unwrap the revel of your hands and exhale, draw your right arm behind, underneath your left arm. And you can either catch hold of opposite shoulders here, or you might find a bind, so you wrap the hands once, reaching together the backs of the hands. You might find a second wrap, palms of the hands together, eagle arms. And from here, breathe in, send the fingertips to the sky. Exhale, drawing the elbows back down. So we're going to start to floss the shoulders, moving the fingertips up and down. And if you have catching hold of opposite elbows, then send the elbows high and low. And here, focusing on the space in between the shoulder blades. And the next time you breathe in, unravel the arms, reach them up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the hands back through to heart center. We're going to take that again on the second side. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to interlace the fingers the other weird way round. And exhale, press the palms away from you. Round in your chin and your tailbone. Breathe in, palms to the sky. Breathe out, round through the spine. Press the palms away. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, curl in and round. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, last one, press the palms away from you. Inhale, palms lift up, separate the fingertips, exhaling to draw the arms down and round, the left arm crossing underneath. And again, you can catch hold of opposite elbows. You can find the one wrap or the double wrap. And as you breathe in, send your fingertips to the sky or elbows to the sky, and then exhale, draw them back down. So again, starting to floss through the shoulders, creating space in between the shoulder blades. Moving with your breath. And the next time you breathe in, unwrap, send your fingertips to the sky, and then exhale, gather everything in to heart center. From here, walk your hands forwards through to an all fours position. And adjust so that your hands are beneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. And let's begin to warm up into the wrists a little more. So inhaling, circle forwards, shoulders a little over the wrists if available to you, and exhaling, circling back. And you might keep this quite small to begin with. Moving with your breath. And then send those in the other direction. Noticing where feels okay, where it might feel a bit sticky or jammy in the wrists. Keeping it comfortable. And then pausing through center, walk the hands back in to come back to a kneeling position. Now, if you have some blocks, take them either side of your knees so that the tops of the blocks sit in line with the knees. Then you're going to draw your fingertips down onto the blocks so that the fingertips are just behind the knees. From here, we're going to do some Lalasana prep, which warms up our core. So from here, hands on blocks or to the floor. The blocks will just give you a bit more height, a bit more room. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, cat the back. So create space in between the shoulder blades like we were doing, drawing front body to back body, tucking the chin. And then inhale, release. Let's do that again. Exhale. Press the ground away, round through the spine, separate the shoulder blades. And inhale, release. And just sit back, ease off the wrists, take the hands, interlace them, and draw a few figure of eights. We're going to add on. And send those figure of eights in both directions. And then bring your hands back down, setting them onto the blocks or the ground just underneath your legs. So from here, this time as you inhale, press the ground away. Cat through the back. As you exhale, draw your knees high into the chest. Think the ankles stay low. Take slow breaths. Knees high, hips low. Breath in. And then exhale, slides back down. Oh, tough, isn't it? Again, release the hands, interlace the fingers the other way around, and send some figures of eights into the wrist, just easing that off. We're going to do one more. Okay, bring your hands back down onto the ground or onto your blocks, just behind the wrists. Breathe in, cat the back. Exhale, lift the knees, knees high, hips low. And holds, press, and breathe. Breath in, and exhale, and come back down. And this time you might just give the wrist a quick shake, like you're shaking off some water. Breathe in, and exhale, release. Bring your hands back in front of you and step it back. Downward facing dog. And with your downward facing dog, you might find a little bit of movement to begin with. So bending and straightening into the legs. Slow breaths in and out through the nose. Moving whichever way feels good for your body. And then starting to find some stillness. We haven't warmed up much into the hamstrings, so I encourage you to keep a bent knee, heels lifted, so that your hips stay high and there's length through the spine. Press the ground away, spin your biceps forwards, triceps back. And downward dog is the first inversion in yoga. Slow breaths as you gaze towards the big toes. I'm going to take 5 more slow breaths here. Keep pressing the ground away, chest to thighs. One more breath. As you exhale, let the knees sink together or apart onto your mat. Rock your hips back and find a child's pose. After that strength, that effort, find some stillness and softness. One more breath in and out. And we're going to do that again. So as you inhale, rock yourself forwards. Tuck the toes, and as you exhale, downward facing dog. And we're going to take 10 slow breaths here this time. Remembering to prioritize the length through the spine so knees can be bent, heels lifted. Press the ground away. Spin biceps towards triceps back as though you're trying to wrap your armpits underneath you. Keep breathing. We've got 3 more slow breaths. One more. And then as you next exhale, let your knees sink together or apart, hips rock back, take a child's pose. If it feels nicer, you might walk the hands back towards the back of the mat. Take whatever version of child's pose eases you, allows you to find some softness. Slow the breath down. Feel the body heavy and soft. From here, if you've taken your hands behind you, walk them back out. We're going to briefly lift to downward facing dog. So inhale, rock yourself forwards, tuck the toes, and exhale, downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to find a wide-legged fold. So start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Knees can bend if needed, so that you end up in a fold at the back of your mats. From here, heel toe the feet nice and wide. So probably wider or a little wider than your mats, so that you have the space to bring your hands down directly underneath your shoulders. And if you can't quite reach, that's fine. Bring in some blocks so that you're a little bit higher, but you want it so that your palm can rest down on something. You might adjust, so like feet might be narrower, or they might be further apart in order to get your hands down directly underneath your shoulders. Okay, from here, we're going to experiment with transferring the weight into the hands. So as you inhale, first of all, rock back, sending the weight into the heels, lifting the toes. And then as you exhale, rock forwards, lift the heels, transfer the weight into the hands, but also cat the back. So press the ground away, separate the shoulder blades as you rock forwards. And then inhale, rock back, transfer the weight out of the hands, the toes lift. Exhale, rock forwards, weight into the balls of the feet. Heels lift, press through the hands, cat the back. Let's take those a few more times. So inhale, rocks back, toes lift. Exhale, heels lift, rock forwards as you press the ground away. Inhale, rock back, toes lift. Last one. Exhale, transfer the weight forwards, cat the back, press the ground away. And then release back through center. And from here, walk your feet back in. Hands can lift, knees can bend if needed. And take your feet about a hip distance apart. Knees nice and soft. Cushion yourself down. Your chest can rest on your thighs and find a ragdoll. So catching hold of opposite elbows, you might find a sway, or you might stay still. Take a big breath in through the nose. And a breath out of the mouth. And then release hold of opposite elbows, bend the knees, and bring yourself back down to the mat. So for here, you have the option to start to take some bunny hops. So full transfer of weight into the hands. You do have the option, of course, to not at all leave the ground. So I'll start with that option for you. So you're going to start at the back of the mat. And we're going to come into a much shorter downward facing dog. So we'll walk the hands out. So I suggest you just watch this bit and then we'll do it together. So a slightly shorter downward facing dog. From here, chest is back towards the thighs. Lift the heels up, bend the knees and look to the hands. Now your first option is to transfer the weight into the hands. So you transfer forwards and then maybe you lift a leg. Or you take a little bunny hop. Now the goal isn't to fly yourself into the air and find some balance. The goal is to try and get your heels to your bum. Okay, so it's like you're trying to kick your bum with your heels. So in a shorter downward facing dog, look in between the hands, hop up, heels to bum, hop up, heels to bum, and hop up, heels to bum. Okay, so we're going to do that together and you can have a go with me now. So bring your hands down about shoulder width apart, step yourself into a shorter downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look to your hands. Take a breath in. Exhale, heels to bum. Landing softly, bending the knees, and again, reset up, bend the knees, lift the heels, gaze to the hands. Take a breath in. Exhale, heels to bum. And last one, lift up the heels, bend the knees, and look to the hands. Take a breath in. And exhale, heels to bum. And then as you land next, if you want to have another go, then pause the video and have a few more hops. But when you're ready to join me and release, stretch yourself out in a child's pose. Starting to slow things down. Steady the breath. One more breath in and out. And then walk the hands back in towards the legs. And shift the legs out in front of you. And you'll probably want to wiggle your way forwards onto the mat so that you've got some room to roll down. And taking hold of behind the legs, gently ease your way onto your back. And as you come onto your back, then walk your feet in to about hip distance. What we did there with the transfer of weight into the hands, the prep for inversions, there was a lot of push. So we're going to just open out the heart, the front of the body. So from this position here, as you inhale, press your lower back down onto the mat. And then as you exhale, lift the hips in a glute bridge. Extend the knees away from you. Keep your gaze up towards the sky. Magnetize the inner thighs together using the whole strength of your back body here. Your exhale slowly rolls down the spine. Draw your knees into your chest. Stretch your right leg away from you. And then exhale to send the left leg across the body into a twist. And gaze left, lay out the left arm. Inhaling, come back through center. Gather the knees in. Stretch the left leg out long. Send your right knee across the body in a supine twist. Laying out your right arm, maybe gaze to the right. Inhaling back through center. From here, send your feet out long. Prepare for final relaxation, Shavasana. Separate the arms from the body, turn the palms up. And when you're in position, take a long breath in through the nose. And an exhale out of the mouth. Eyes closed. Releasing anything that happened or didn't happen in your practice. And stay here as long as you like, letting that movement integrate into your body. Thank you for practicing with me.